Hey, what's up guys? It's Foster from SubiSpeed, and I've got a really exciting announcement to make. For the longest time, you guys have been asking us to support the older Subaru platforms, and for a while we just didn't have the capacity to do so. Luckily, all that's changed, and now if you go to our website, you're gonna see that we support the 2008 to 2014 WRX and STI, which is the GR and the GV chassis, as well as we'll continue to support the VA and the new VB chassis. So now, depending on which model you have, there's gonna be options for your platform. So if you head over to our website, you'll notice things look a little bit different. If you click on the WRX or the STI category, there's now going to be a drop-down menu and you can pick which chassis you're looking for. So for those of you enthusiasts who have the older models, we now have some parts on our website to support your build. And as always with all of our SubiSpeed content, we're gonna let you know the confirmed fitment, so when you buy parts for your car, you're gonna be sure that they're gonna fit. So whether you're just building a street car and you want some bolt-ons like wheel suspension and exhaust, or if you're going full race car like the one you see behind me here, we're gonna have a bunch of parts on our website to support you and your needs. And as always, if you have any questions, you can always email our customer support team and we'd be happy to advise you about your build. Now, speaking of race cars, let's take a closer look at this STI behind me here, and I can show you some of the cool parts that it's got on it. So this is my friend Bill's car, and he was kind enough to loan this to us for a couple days, but he actually drives this car a lot at various different tracks, and he actually took it on one lap of America as well, which is where you do like 7 tracks in a week and then a bunch of street miles in between. So if you look at the trunk of his STI here, you can see all the different tracks he's been to. There's a lot of them I don't even recognize, but clearly this thing gets driven. And so I wanted to show this to you guys as an example of a really well-sorted, modified GR STI. There's several modifications that you'll notice that make this car stand out from the rest. The first thing I noticed was the Rally Armor mud flaps. Now these are a great addition for a track car, not only for rally cars, but for track cars too, because when you run 200 treadwear tires, they're super sticky and they're gonna be throwing rocks around everywhere, so having some mud flaps is actually a really good modification to do. The other thing I noticed is the M7 Japan titanium exhaust on this thing. It's a super rare exhaust that we actually don't carry anymore. However, it definitely gives you some cool scene points, and if you guys are looking for exhaust, we do have a ton of options on our website, so definitely go check those out. In addition, you'll also probably notice how the car is sitting a little bit lower than it normally would, and that's because of the KW V3 coilovers. Now these are gonna help you by reducing body roll and lowering your center of gravity, which is gonna result in better handling characteristics when you're out on the track. In addition, the KW V3s are gonna be a great coilover selection if you're also street driving your car, because they're not gonna be too harsh. So if you guys are looking into coilovers, definitely check out the KWs. Let's talk for a second about these wheels. These are the Wedsport TC105Ns, which they actually don't make anymore, but they've been replaced by the Wedsport TC105Xs, and they're pretty much the same design. Now, if you're looking for a track-oriented wheel from Wedsports, this is definitely gonna be the way to go. These are designed to be ultra lightweight and super strong, so you can hit curbs at the track without bending them, as well as they're gonna have big brake clearance like you see here. Now, since Bill was building this STI for a track car, he put an AP Racing big brake kit on here, and that's gonna be a great choice if you guys want some more stopping power due to the fact that it's got some more pistons. It's also gonna be able to withstand higher temperature ranges, and it comes with floating rotors, all nice things to have if you're building a track car. Now, we sell the AP Racing big brake kit and the Wedsport wheels on our website, so if you guys have this chassis, you should definitely go check it out. Moving to the front of the car, Bill kept things really clean up here, but he did add a couple of tasteful mods, especially for a track car. He's got the APR carbon fiber brake cooling kit, and that also comes with backing plates, and that way he's feeding plenty of fresh air to his big brake kit and things don't get too overheated. Speaking of heat management, he's also got a ginormous ETS front mount intercooler installed on his STI, and he did have to cut up his bumper cover a bit, but it just looks super aggressive sticking out the front like that. But under the hood is really where the party's at, and I'll show you some of the modifications he's got done here. This does not look like a stock motor, and that's because Bill has pretty much done everything he can to make this super reliable. He started out by getting an Outfront Motorsports closed deck block as well as forged internals, so that way he knows that this thing can handle some high horsepower. After that, he focused on cooling. He added this ginormous Cetrab oil cooler, and he's using the air from the hood scoop to actually funnel into this oil cooler, which I thought was pretty clever. He's also got this Mishimoto radiator here to help with keeping temps in check. In addition, he's got some parts from IAG, including their competition air oil separator. He's got some parts from SubiSpeed. He's got their electronic 3-port boost control solenoid, their lightweight battery kit, their radiator shroud, and he's got an ETS intake on here. So there's a lot of bolt-on modifications done to this car, and this is really a great example of how far you can take these cars when you really start to modify them. All right, hopping inside the car, Bill has done all the right modifications to make sure that his STI is ready to go out to the track. He's got an auto power 4-point roll bar that bolts into his STI. He's also got these Sparco seats as well as a 6-point harness. This is all stuff that you can find on our website if you want to do a similar build for your track car. In addition, he's got some AEM gauges here and a Cobb access port, which is going to help him monitor his vitals and also help him data log. And of course, it delivers the tune to this car, which is tuned to make over 550 wheel horsepower and 553 foot-pounds of torque. I'm sure this thing is an absolute blast to drive out on the track. Okay, we took the STI out for a quick photo shoot before we gave it back to Bill. Corbin's over there taking some photos for social media, and we want to just get some nice glam shots of this beauty before we have to return it.